Shalom, Kal Halalim Layhaw Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Rucha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS that rule well, who I learned this truth from, and salutations and blessings unto you hopeful elect out there, you brothers and you sisters that take heed. This is another video dealing with your health, all right, for your health. And it's dealing with a very inexpensive herb called Cayenne Pepper. Okay, very common spice. All right, but in the video I titled it, for your heart health, right, or your cardiovascular health, right? So let's go down. So this deals with Western and Eastern. This is from, by the way, a website called White Rabbit Institute of Healing.com. So Western name, Cayenne Pepper, right, or Cayenne, and then it has other names. So here is the organ systems that it affects or heals: cardiovascular, digestive, and skin, right? And the key actions are anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, stomachic. With some of these words, they're herbal terms, right? Like anti-inflammatory. I'm sure brothers have heard that. That's a common one, right? It's a action or a herb that helps bring down your inflammation, right? Antimicrobial, right? And which is pretty much antibacterial. Stomachic is a term you can look up some of these, right? But that means basically it works as a digestive aid, and it increases your digestive juices, if you will, your gastric juices, and it helps your digestion pretty much. Aphrodisiac, right? That's for sexual health, right? Analgesic, which is for pain. That's a painkiller, and that's why people like spicy foods, right? People like spicy foods because it's they get that blast right away, and it's a rush of dopamine, if you will, right? But it's really a painkiller, right? You got stiff joints, you got a migraine. It'll kill that pain, right? Stimulant, alterative, rubefacient, which I got to look up, I forget as well. Carminative, digestive, right, which is again aids in digestion. Antiseptic, diaphoretic. So medicinal uses: pain, psoriasis, acne, improves metabolism, digestion, heart disease. And again, I titled it heart because heart disease is, I believe, the number one killer, right, in America, right? Cardiovascular disease, and that has to do with, of course, lifelong or decades of worth of eating refined oil foods, right? High greasy oily foods. Getting plaque in your veins and your arteries. Even your emotions. Anger is associated with your heart. So even your everyday commute, which consists of road rage. After decades, that contributes to what? Your blood pressure. Oh, I got to keep my blood pressure down. And then you're on the blood pressure medication, which the doctor gave you, and you ask the doctor, well, how long do I got to take these? How long do I got to take these pills? And he'll tell you, oh, for the rest of your life. But heart disease is a very big one. So that's why mainly it deals with heart disease. It's very good for your heart, but it does a lot more things as well. Cancer, high blood pressure, sore throat, laryngitis, swollen joints, arthritis, bacterial infection, strains, right? There's a lot of things, as you see, right? Parasites, fights parasites, right? Lifts energy. So in the Eastern now, which is dealing with the Chinese, what they call traditional Chinese medicine, TCM, right? The meridians, which is meridians are your veins. Pretty much, you have 12 main meridians, but right, the vein supply, they go through all the major organs, right, and they got to supply them, right. So it affects your heart, your spleen, and your stomach, So here are the key actions: promotes yang qi, which is like, your explosive, your heart energy, so to speak, right? Tonifies the spleen, tonifies the stomach, promotes circulation of qi and blood cleanser, dissipates cold stagnation, opens the channels and clears obstructions, right? Medicinal uses: aids poor digestion, warms the body, diarrhea, vomiting, frostbite, pain due to cold. So circulation problems, people with cold feet, you got to take cayenne pepper, especially when it becomes fall, right? Autumn and then winter. You got to be taking this. High blood pressure, arthritis, sluggish circulation, sore throat, laryngitis, promotes sweating and detoxes. So this is a very good, inexpensive herb that you can use daily. All right. Now, when you go into the cayenne pepper, this is a picture I took at a herb store I go to. You have 3 different kinds, just for edification's sake. Right. You got cayenne. That's cayenne 40 to 50,000. It's supposed to be M, but it says HU. It's supposed to be MHU, which is the basically the what is it? The Scoville heating unit, right? But it's pretty much the measurement for the heat of it, right? So you see, this is regular cayenne pepper that you buy at your store, that's used in different recipes for spicy foods, things like that. This is your regular cayenne pepper, which is good. It's very medicinal, right? Now you go to this one. This is, you can see the difference in color, right? This is 90,000 HU, right? And it's very red, and it's very spicy. It's very different, right? So again, you don't have to use this. I'm just showing you. And then you got 160,000. I never tried this one, but you can see the color is completely different. And this is pure medicinal use when you put in capsules and you have your herbal formulas and all that. But this one you can take raw. You can do a 1/4 teaspoon. And look, the regular cayenne pepper, this is the measurement. This is the dosage that you take. You start with, right, because to some people it's very spicy. To others that have a spice, threshold, you can start with a 1/4 teaspoon, right? You take a 1/4 teaspoon, put it in a quart a cup of water, stir it, mix it in, drink it whole, drink it straight. And then if you got to chase it with water or almond milk or whatever, don't use cow milk, you know. And then you can do that pretty much in the morning. And then what you can do also is take another 1/4 teaspoon to get used to it in the evening or at nighttime, right before, like pretty much before bed, because it'll speed up your whole metabolism and things that your body has to do at night, right? Because your body rests at night, but it also repairs and does a lot of things, right? Your metabolism is actually still working, and that'll be the dosage. And then what you do is you pretty much work yourself up after a 1/4, right? Try that for a week, 4 weeks, a month, and then go up to 1/2 teaspoon, right? Once it's not so pungent and spicy, right? So you get used to it. That's what I'm pretty much saying. You go to a 1/2 teaspoon, and then where you can, the goal is to get up to a teaspoon, and you can do that 2 times a day. Especially if you're on a cleansing diet, like you're on a mucusless diet, or you're off carbs, you're off heavy meat for a while. You need to do this, because this is just going to clean you right out, and it's going to increase your blood circulation. But for brothers that have heart issues, which is even high blood pressure or heart palpitations, you feel your heart palpitating, because a brother actually came to me and he asked me, what can I do for that? Because I believe he had a doctor's visit. And I told him, the first thing I said, get on the cayenne pepper. That's an inexpensive thing. This thing was $9. It's cut off here, but it was $9, and you can get it even cheaper in your grocery store. You should try to get organic, because it shouldn't have any heavy metals. All right, a lot of these common spices in the cheap stores. They got, like turmeric and onion, powdered onion, and chili and paprika. They got a lot. They got heavy metals in them. They're loaded with toxic heavy metals. So try to get it from an organic source. And I get mine from a herbal store, because these guys, they can test it in the lab. But that's the dosage. You work up to a teaspoon straight in the water. Drink it. I know it's gonna seem raw, pungent, very very strong, but you'll get used to it. And people ask, oh, what if I have an ulcer? What if I have poor stomach issues? Well, that's why you start with a quarter, and it's not gonna hurt it. It's actually gonna heal it. That's the opposite. That's the amazing properties of this thing. So here's some more information. So it says cayenne, one of the best circulation boosters there is. Seriously boosts circulation and body heat. Helps ease pain in joints and muscles. Helps the whole cardiovascular system. Good for the heart. Great anti-inflammatory. Carotenoids in red peppers have been shown clinically to improve lifespan in primates. Helps digestion, burn calories, lose weight. Yeah, that's another benefit. If especially what the apostles are pushing the brothers to do, which is go on fasting, intermittent fasting, walking, exercising, and eating right. If you're eating right and you're on the right diet currently, or even if you've been on it since the apostles have been pushing this, which is about a week or two, add this in right in the morning and right at night, right in the evening. An hour before bed. All right, it'll really improve your quality of life, man. Especially if you got circulation problems. Um, you know, a lot of us could have. We're pre. We might have forming blood clots. The blood might be too thick, right? They call it blood viscosity. It might be too damn thick, so this thins it. But if you have thin blood, you shouldn't really take this because it'll thin it more. All right, you need to take other herbs to thicken it or to even it, right? Because it needs to be even. So right here down it says helps digestion, burn calories, lose weight. Capsicum cream is good for arthritis, neuralgia, fibromyalgia, sports injuries, sore and sprained muscles. That's a cream you can make from cayenne pepper. But we're talking about internally taking it. Cayenne unblocks and brings life and vitality back to the whole body. Put it on cuts to stop bleeding. No, it doesn't burn. In emergencies, it's helped save people who were having heart attacks, strokes, or fainting, right? And I've heard this before from herbalists, and this is not medical advice. I'm not advising and nothing like that, but I've heard that stories of people that had a heart attack and they put a 1 whole teaspoon of cayenne in water and they made them chug that whole water. And it doesn't matter how, whatever spicy or whatever reaction they have, it'll really heal that person right then and there. It really stops the heart attack. What cayenne does, it goes in your whole body and it basically looks for where can I be of service, where can I help. It'll at the same time it'll even it'll close up your ulcers pretty much. It'll close up holes in your heart. It'll sew back together, and at the same time it'll unclog your veins and your arteries for a clear stream of blood circulation. So this thing is really amazing. Regular usage is good for blood clots and heart disease. Helps reduce elevated blood sugars in diabetics. So brothers who are hyperglycemic, this is good. But hypoglycemics are advised to stay away from hot peppers, though, because it drops blood sugar. So people that are hypoglycemic, that means you have a low blood sugar, you need to stay away from this. You can't take this herb. Yes, it's good for all those reasons, but if you have that, you need to fix that first before you take this. And that's a thing that a lot of people don't talk about, different side effects of herbs, because there are side effects of herbs. If you take it and you have a condition and you don't know that there's a side effect, you can mess yourself up. Right? So you got to fix that low blood pressure. You got to take herbs to fix that, dealing with your pancreas, and then you can get on this to get all those other benefits. Right? Helps boost immune system. Very good. Again, take it in the odd. Start take. I take it right now, but you can, like I said, it's an inexpensive thing. You can start taking today, or tomorrow, right? Go to your store, get it, health store, whatever, pick it up, and start with a quarter teaspoon, man. All right, it's not gonna hurt. The teaspoons, those are different, but even that you'll get used to it. Helps boost immune system, fight shingles as a natural antibiotic, increases digestive secretions, thus relieving gas and colic. Taking cayenne with anything else increases the power, absorption, and effect of the other herbs. And why is that? Because cayenne is known as a catalyst, right? That's the word. I almost forgot it. Catalyst. Catalyst is basically a herb that increases the reaction or the power, if you will. It'll multiply the power. It'll act like a multiplicator to whatever you're taking. So I'll take this sometimes before I'll work out with a small coffee or something, whatever I take for my pre-workout. I don't take like I'll take like the mushroom coffee, or if I have a clean pre-workout, I'll take it with that because it'll boost, man. You'll feel that blood, that's circulating, you know, the blood circulating, and then you'll feel clear, and then you'll get that energy, right? But that's something to take into take into account, because this herb will increase the effects of other herbs. That's why it's used in formulas sometimes, not for just the reasons that it has, right? This thing by itself is a powerhouse, but it will increase the effect of other herbs. So I just wanted to bring that out, and then I'm gonna get this because I was mentioning about service. This is Psalms 104 and 14. He causeth the grass to grow for the cattle, and herb for the service of man, that he may bring forth food out of the earth. And see, the herbs are for the service of man. When we look up this word service, the word is abad or abada or abda, right? Ibda, right? Not It says a, but that's a, which is a ibad, which means labor, service, right? Now when we go here to the root, ibad, to work, serve, so these herbs, when we actually want to go here, I believe, to the Jacinius is labor, work, business, office, right? Service. So these herbs, man, they're doing things in your body, just like when you go for a tune-up on your car, or you service your own car, you do certain things, man. You check the oil, you check the brake pads, the spark plugs, you make sure it's running right, tire rotation. You make sure the transmission is good, the engine. So same thing these herbs are doing for you, man, and you don't even know. So these herbs are serving you, and that's through Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Because again, one might ask, how do I take something so spicy if I have an ulcer, right? It will heal your ulcer, man. Right? And an ulcer is that worst stage of letting your gut go to shit, right? Just consuming acidity until pretty much a hole is in your fucking digestive tract, and hydrochloric acid and different gastric acids, digestive acids spew into your digestion system, and you get that fucking pain in your stomach and then heartburn, but this herb will heal you, and going on the right diet, right? He caused the grass to grow. What did it say? Slakia. Right? He caused the grass to grow. You got for the cattle, but the grass is also for us as well. You got what Esau calls superfood, which is wheat grass and barley grass, right? Because you got barley as a grain, but barley grass, there's more nutrients in the grass. There's actually more nutrients. Actually, hold on. That information I got, the cayenne pepper was from this app. Let me see. It's alfalfa. Yeah, this is a blend. Alfalfa, wheatgrass, and barley grass. There is more nutrition in the grass than the grain. An astounding amount of vitamins and minerals. Dramatically increases energy levels, improves digestion, and help cleansing and detox to the body. See? So these things are for your benefit, man. All right? So anyway, I hope you're edified with that. Kal halalim le'yahu b'Hashem Yahushai, b'Hashem Ruchakodash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS that rule well and who I learned the truth from. And shalom, to the elect out there, Akim and Aquathium that take heed. Hope you're edified. Till next time, shalom.